Luca. Bueno. Pinyu. Bueno. Pinyu. Bueno. Pinyu. Lilian. Lole Pinyu. Pinyu. Pinyu.
Hello everyone, welcome to my video. My name is Gede Ngurah Wijayanto from 3A, and in this video I want to talk about an innovative way to teach English as foreign language by combining two or more teaching methods. And here I only want to combine two teaching methods. They are TPR, Total Physical Response, and also IBL, Inquiry-Based Learning. And this teaching method, in my opinion, is best to use to teach asking and giving for direction. But why? You might ask why I chose these teaching methods, right? The reason is because it involves moving our bodies and thinking about things, which is very suitable with the topic, right? And TPR helps us remember words better by using actions. And when we mix this with inquiry-based learning, where we explore real world situation, it makes learning about directions more interesting. TPR makes us use our bodies to talk, and when we also think about real life situations, it helps us understand and use the words in a fun way. So putting both together helps us learn and use language in a way that's easy to remember and use in everyday life. And now, to make you more understand about this combination of teaching methods, I will provide you with a teaching scenario that consists with one meeting that will teach asking and giving for direction. Now I will provide you with the learning objectives you can see on the screen. Alright, there are 3 learning objectives, and let's head into the learning scenario. The first one is pre-activity. In the pre-activity, as usual, we greet the students to start the meeting by saying, "Hello, how are you? Good morning," and etc. And after that, we will conduct a prayer to express our thankful to God, and then we check the attendance to know who is absent in this meeting. And after that activity, the next activity is introduction to the topic. In this activity, teacher start with a relatable scenario for a discussion on the importance of giving and asking direction in real life situation. For example, the scenario is like, imagine you are in a new city and you need to find a specific place. What challenges might you face and how important is it to understand and give directions? And there will be a discussion among the students. All right, and in the next activity is warm up TPR activity. In this activity, teacher introduce key directional terms like turn left, turn right, go straight, stop, and cross the street. And teacher models each direction using TPR, like go straight like this, turn left like this, turn right, stop, and etc. And teacher has to remember to gradually increase the complexity of the directions to challenge the student. The next activity is inquiry-based questioning. In this activity, teacher poses open-ended questions such as, can you recall a time when you were lost and needed directions? What challenges do you think people face when trying to understand or give directions? And also, do not forget to encourage students to share their personal experiences and thoughts. Okay, that's it for the pre-activity. Next, we will move to the wheels activity. And in this wheels activity, we will start the activity with group inquiry task. In this activity, teacher divides the class into small groups that consist from 4 students until 5 students per group and assign each group with a scenario. For example, a group have a scenario like tourists looking for local attraction, other group have a scenario like a person trying to navigate public transportation, and etc. And also, do not forget to provide maps, offline maps, like you can print it out, or access online resources for each group to plan directions, like Google Maps, for example. And also, in this activity, teacher has to instruct groups to discuss and come up with detailed directions, considering the landmark, street names, and key reference points, just to make it clear. Alright, the next activity of Will's activity is TBR integration. In this activity, each group prepares a short presentation of their directions using TPR, and teacher instruct groups to choose a presenter who will physically act out the directions while other will explain verbally. And as a teacher, do not forget to encourage creativity and use of gestures to make the presentation engaging. The next activity is whole class discussion. In this activity, after the presentation before, teacher initiates a brief discussion by asking questions such as what TPR gestures were particularly effective in conveying directions? Did any group face challenges in coordinating TPR with verbal instructions? How did you decide on the key landmarks and reference point in your directions? And also, do not forget to encourage students to use TPR to express their opinions and reflections on their classmates' presentation. The next activity is post activity. Alright, we will move to the post activity. In the post activity, the first activity of post activity is reflection and vocabulary building. In this activity, teacher distribute reflective prompts or questions related to the group inquiry task and TPR presentations. Like, consider the group inquiry task where you had to provide direction to a tourist. What was the most challenging aspect of planning and presenting the direction using TPR? And in this activity, teacher also asks students to write a short reflections on their experience, focusing on what they have learned, challenges faced, and any insight gained. The next activity is TPR vocabulary reinforcement. In this activity, teacher gave a game or activity. This is very useful to avoid boredom among the students. The TPR game I suggest here is where students take turns acting out direction while the rest of the class follow their gestures. It means that the student will be chosen one by one to go to the front of the class to mimic a gestures, a TPR movement that will be determined by the teacher by giving the students situations or a scenario, and the other student will trying to guess what does it mean. All right, and in this game, teacher has to use a variety of scenario and trying to encourage the student to be expressive with their TPR gestures. The last activity is closing discussion. In this activity, the lesson will be concluded by a brief discussion. And after the discussion, one of the students will present the result of the discussion as the summarize of the today's learning. All right. I think that's all for the innovative strategies or way to teach English as a foreign language. And see you in the next video. Thank you very much.